Hey guys, it's Grand Admiral Thrawn. I know it's been a while since I did a Black Series review. I'm sorry for that, but I've had a lot going on. I'll talk about that later. Anyway, so in today's Black Series review, I am going over Darth Maul. However, this is not the first time I've done a Darth Maul action figure. I did his Battlefront 2 figure, and so yeah, I've done another Darth Maul figure review, and now I'm moving on to actual Darth Maul, because that's when he's not referred to as Darth Maul. He's just referred to as Maul then. Anyway, so this is Maul from a comic book series that he has that takes place before the events of Phantom Menace. And I've actually read these comics. I recommend them to you if you haven't. They're pretty good, actually. They add some more to a character who's already got a lot of great stories about him. But anyway, let's get into this figure review. So, like I said, it's Maul based off the comic, and here's a little picture for you to go off of if you haven't seen what he looks like in that comic. And it looks very accurate to that, of how it's a shirtless Darth Maul, and his skin, like the details that they put into his skin, I gotta talk about them here and now. I'm gonna take his lightsaber out so you can actually see more of them. But yeah, it's insane the amount of detail that they put into this figure's skin, like in order to detail him like how Darth Maul is. Like usually they'll just do the face because he's always wearing all black robes and everything. But for this figure, they have to actually show like what Maul looks like underneath all the robes, and they did a great job of it. Like they show all of the detail, like all the black, all the red, just all the detail throughout Maul, all these little lines. It goes onto the back, it carries over all the sides of his arms. It's not just red at one point. It's very good what they did here. I'm very impressed with how much detail went into this. It's the exact same way on his face if you look at that up close, and then even on the top near his little horns that he has. And then once you get to like his lower region where he loses his legs, this is before he's lost them, it is just robes, but even then, that's still some really good detail that they gave to just the robes. He's got like a little belt on, and it's pretty cool. This Maul actually does stand up very well. I said in my last Maul review that the robotic legs, while great detailed, did not stand up that good. However, with this Maul, the legs stand up perfectly. He's got great posability on the figure. Like you can have him in several cool poses. And then for an accessory, you kind of got to give Darth Maul his double-bladed lightsaber because it's what he's well known for. At least in movies and this comic book series. We haven't gotten to the dark saber or anything yet. So, yeah, speaking of which, we should have a Maul with the dark saber. That should have been a thing. I don't know why they didn't give him the dark saber when they made him in Clone Wars. Oh well. So anyway, yeah, the lightsaber, they did an amazing job of. I'm going to show you that first before I go into it. They got all the detailing right on it of how Maul has these red dots. It's very long. It's got spots where you can clip it onto his belt, like right here. And it just looks exactly like how Darth Maul's lightsaber does in Phantom Menace and in this comic book. There are two blades. They're both removable. And then something that's weird is that the saber actually splits in two. That's not a feature that he has in the comic. I don't think it is. I haven't read it in a while, but yeah, the thing is I know it's supposed to split into two because they're like, well, what if it gets cut in half like in Phantom Menace? But it's a little weird to me that they make it like that it can split into two. Like I was saying a bit ago, how this lightsaber is something that you can actually do something really cool with it in that you can have Maul hold it with both arms. Sometimes double-bladed figures, you can't actually get them to hold the lightsaber, and that sucks because that's what they're known for, holding it with both hands. And with this Maul, you can actually get him to move his arms around and put the lightsaber into some cool poses, and it's just pretty cool what you can do with this figure. I've already covered like on his back how he's got all that great detailing, but I just want to show you some more of it on how like everything is symmetrical and it's one side's the exact same as the other, and just they did a great job with all the detailing they did on this figure. Yeah, I think that as far as accessories go, his lightsaber is all he really needs. However, we do need a version of Maul that will include the dark saber at some point. And now that I'm done with the figure, I will actually be coming back I want to talk about these boxes because this is a unique type of box that I've never actually talked about in a figure review. So these are the comic book boxes, which is where they'll take a figure and they create it based off of a comic book version of said character. Leia has one, Luke has them. They do it for a bunch of characters. Vader's got them. But the point is where they'll take a version of a character from a comic, or just a character from a comic, and then they make them into an action figure, and they gave them this cool box where the front looks like the cover of their comic, and then you open it up like this. It's got a Velcro on here. On the side here, you have this cool image where it talks about the character. And then actually to open the box, it's an even trickier thing. You got to open it at the top, and it's insane, like all the detailing they put into these comic boxes. I'm surprised I've never actually talked about one because I do own a few. Not many, but a few. On the back, you can see some more like Lucasfilm, and it's not that much. It's just plain back of the box stuff. And yeah, I'm actually a really big fan of these comic boxes because they put detail everywhere. Here's detail on the top, detail on the side, detail on the other side, detail on the bottom of the box. They put detail everywhere on these boxes. It's pretty cool what they do with it. So coming back to the figure now, the box is amazing. I really am a fan of these comic boxes. Coming back to the figure, this Maul has great posability. I think I like it more than the other Maul I've reviewed, but that one has an issue in that it should have been from Rebels, and I'm not getting into that. I still like that Maul. I think I might actually like this comic Maul more. But yeah, this Maul has great posability. He's just good at standing up, and you can actually make it that both hands are holding the lightsaber, and I think that is a great inclusion for the figure. And yeah, I gotta say, this Maul figure, 10 out of 10. I would recommend this, because if you need a Darth Maul, okay, you should probably get the Clone Wars Maul, or just one of those Mauls. But like, if you're a fan of the comic, then I'd recommend this Maul. And even if you're not, like, who doesn't want a shirtless Darth Maul action figure? He still looks awesome. And they'll even detail how he's got abs. I think they make him a little shorter than your average figure because Darth Maul's not actually that tall before he loses the legs. I mean, he's not short, but he's not that tall. And so, yeah, like, they put a bunch of great detail into this figure. I'm a huge fan of this Darth Maul figure. 10 out of 10. Box, 10 out of 10. Whole thing, 10 out of 10. And so, yeah, that's about it for the figure review. But what I was talking about at the beginning of the video is that I'm actually running out of Black Series to review because I don't just buy these figures to review them. I buy them because I want them in my collection, and then I review them so that other people know, hey, this is a good figure. You should probably buy this one if you want that figure. And that's something I'll do. Like, people will actually comment, what's the difference between this figure and another figure? I had an instance with a Cody, and so I helped that guy out. And that's what I do. I review these figures so that you guys know, hey, this figure is not actually as good as it sounds. Or, hey, this figure is great. I'd recommend it. So yeah, I'm actually running low on Black Series because I've done a lot of these reviews. I still will be making them. I'll just be making a lot less than I was where I was doing one every week. So yeah, Black Series will probably be slowing down a bit on this channel, and also I want to get a little more variety in on my channel. But anyway, this is Grand Admiral Thrawn signing off. This Darth Maul figure is a 10 out of 10, and I look forward to our next encounter in my next video.